Xander Zayas needed to make a statement. Shu Shu Carrington makes a statement. Now, Xander Zayas, we're going to get into the main event a little bit later, but let's talk about Shu Shu Carrington. Bruce Carrington was needed to make a statement to fight Naoya Inoue, and it's looking like that might be the next fight. That might be something that might be next for Shu Shu Carrington, getting the opportunity at a guy like Naoya Inoue. I mean, let's boil this down. Shushu Carrington is about 27 years old. He's already ready for the top names. He's ready to get that big title shot against a guy like Naoya Inoue at 126 pounds. I mean, this is a guy that definitely could get a shot at Naoya Inoue and could definitely, uh, possibly, you never know, could give him some good work. Now, we do understand that Shu Shu Carrington was fighting a guy that only had a 10-day notice. Now, whatever, the guy comes in and he was game. He came out and he was putting on a great performance for the fans. He was putting on a great performance for the fans. The fans were enjoying the fight, but he gassed out. He gassed out, and that was the biggest problem with his opponent tonight. He gassed out. What's gonna happen when a guy doesn't gas out? That's my whole thing. What's gonna happen when somebody goes in there and does not gas out against Shu Shu Carrington? He got very comfortable, and it looked like he was very, very comfortable throughout the whole fight. It wasn't like, okay, the dude was making it super hard on him, but he was getting him good work enough to be able to be like, okay, Shushu's showing this type of. He even switched to southpaw at some point in time, and that's good to see different looks while you're under the bright lights to see if you could be composed enough or have that skill set if you fight another fighter. Now he showed now in a way that he can't go southpaw. He goes southpaw and then turn back to orthodox and got a knockdown. See what I'm saying? So it was effective. So this is something that he's probably been working on and he felt confident enough to use it tonight and could potentially be something that could take him a long way in the sport of boxing, as we've seen with the switch hitters. So Shu Shu Carrington is a very good fighter, and he's somebody you definitely want to look forward to in the sport of boxing. He's gonna have a really good career. Is Naoya in a way next for him? Look, man, I mean, if you ask people, obviously they're gonna tell you he's not ready, but his age, he's ready. You know what I'm saying? He's ready for a guy like Naoya Inoue. Does he beat Naoya Inoue? I'd say no. I say no, not yet. I don't think he possesses this. He, the I think he possesses the skills, but I think that a guy that's in there and is gonna keep hounding you and is gonna and has that type of power is gonna weigh in a lot on you. So Susu Carrington is a very good fighter with a very bright future. But I think that a Naua, in a way, very experienced fighter, already older. He's been through all types of fights and has recently been even knocked down. So it to me, I feel like that type of fight is gonna be a very good fight for as long as it lasts. Cause somebody I feel like will have to get knocked out. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Shushu Carrington being able to beat now in a way as of right now. Um, I think that what's gonna happen when a fighter does not tire out. And that's my biggest question, and it's coming with power and he's carrying his power to the later rounds. Whereas this his opponent tonight wasn't doing that, you know. And let's talk about the main event. Xander Zayas, I mean, he needed to make a statement tonight. I feel like, And I think that that's what the fans were waiting for, and I think that that's what a lot of people, hardcore boxing fans, are waiting for, Xander Zayas to have that breakout performance. You know, I, Tonight was more of a, his first southpaw he's ever fought, his first 10-round fight. Didn't lose a round in my opinion. He didn't do, nothing. And honestly, he did everything right. But was it a statement performance type of fight? And then on Puerto Rican Day, the the evening of Puerto Rican Day parade. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't make that statement type of fight. And is that alarming for a 21-year-old? Not alarming, but he's doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? He's not committing mistakes inside of the ring. So if you want to be like, yeah, he didn't get the knockout. Yeah, he didn't get the knockout, and that was disappointing. And you're facing a former world champion. You also have to take that in count, right? He's facing a former world champion, a guy who's very game. Yeah, not the most active, and this was a guy that they're gonna put in front of you for you to knock out. You know what I'm saying? To make that type of performance, that statement. And I like the names that he threw out at the end, like um, Erickson Lubin, Vito Malinecki. Those are good names for a guy like Xander Zayas, especially trying to get himself up into those championship fights. But in my opinion, obviously he's 21 years old, you know, and there's no reason to push him or rush him into a big fight where he might not be 100% comfortable with that. And I don't think that I'll see him as of right now being able to beat those top names, but in the near future, if he continues to not make any mistakes how he's been doing, and he keeps progressing and the level of competition keeps on getting better, that right there is gonna be more telling. Tonight he didn't commit a mistake for you to be hounding at him, right? He didn't commit a mistake. The only it was a disappointment that he didn't get the W. I mean that he didn't get the knockout. And I think that that's what the disappointment was. The extra level. Maybe I didn't see like an extra gear in his game tonight. Like I'm gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he felt kind of comfortable with where he was at and he didn't push the issue. Because I don't know why he didn't push the issue, but he should have. He should have, because that's a way that fans are gonna leave out and be like, well, I mean, he was trying to get that knockout. The dude was just, he was a tough dude inside of the ring. But Xander Zayas, to me, right now, he's 21 years old. He's very young. He's still bright future ahead of him. I think that he's gonna be the future Puerto Rican top fighter. Um, but as of right now, of course not. You know what I'm saying? Of course not. I think that right now he's still tweaking his game to get him better and better and better. And he's progressing. I mean, look at his defense. His defense was way better tonight compared to other nights. So in my opinion, I feel like Xander Zayas is getting better, and I don't feel like he's relying on his power to solely win him a fight. I think that he's winning in style, but in a low key type of style where it's not fan pleasing, it's not gonna please you. But if he's not committing mistakes inside of the ring, then he's gonna be all right. I think that Xander Zayas is the future of Puerto Rican boxing, in my opinion. I think that it just needs that extra gear. I think they need to work on that extra gear. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna motivate him to get him to that next level. And I think that that's what we haven't seen from Xander Zayas, and I think that that's where he could improve. In my opinion, is that extra gear. Can we see Xander Zayas take that extra gear and shift it and let's go? You know what I'm saying? And get to that mode where you want to kill this dude across from you. That's what you want to see from Xander Zayas. I feel like his killer's instinct needs to be there. He's a very confident young man. Um, and he could do a lot of damage to a fighter, but if he could transition that and have a second gear to his game, he will be a deadly fighter at 154 pounds. But I do like the names of Erickson Lubin, Vito Malinecki. Those are great names for him at right now. Those are guys who have been there. Well, Erickson Lubin is a guy who has been there, has been in wars with Sebastian Fundora, you know what I'm saying, as for the Charlo, as for he has a really good resume. That's a very good step up fight for us, Xander Zayas. A Vito Malinecki, of course. Vito Malinecki is still, still trying to find himself as well as a Xander Zayas. So two young men still trying to find themselves in the sport of boxing. That could potentially be a very good fight. But I do like the Erickson Lubin fight for Xander Zayas. I think that he could beat Erickson Lubin. I think that will be a very good fight, very 50-50. It could go either way, and especially if you don't have that extra gear, because against guys like Erickson Lubin, you will have to have that extra gear to take you and to motivate you to try to push for a knockout, because he's a very good fighter as well. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, Xander Zayas is still young, but we said that before, so he needs to kick it up another notch. He needs to find an extra gear inside of the ring to try to get his opponent out. The flurries, try to put in better combinations for to get the fighter across the ring from him out. You know what I'm saying? That's what he needs to do. He needs to work on that, and he's gonna be very deadly in the sport of boxing. He's gonna be the next guy. You know what I'm saying? But still, I can't complain. His performance wasn't a bad performance, and the only disappointing thing about it was he didn't get a knockout. He didn't get a knockout, and that was the only disappointment. So, is it Xander Zayas gonna be the next Puerto Rican star? I mean, I'm very hopeful for the young man. I think that he has the talent to do it. He has the skill set to do it. It's about getting to the extra gear to be able to put these fighters out of here when they're supposed to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to retire Patrick Trizera tonight. That's what he was supposed to do. And credit to Patrick Trizera, man. Like Xander's eyes let us know after the fight that a week before the fight, um, or a week something before the fight, Patrick Trizera's mother passed away. May she rest in peace. And he was still in the ring tonight, and unfortunately for him, it just didn't go his way. He is showing signs of old. He's old now. He's showing those signs already, and it might be time to hang up the gloves for him, before he starts becoming a punching bag for the guys at 154 pounds or 160 pounds, right? But Xander Zayas, I'm still high on him. I think that he could be something in the sport of boxing. He could become a world champion very soon. I think that if they keep moving him the way they're moving him, keep moving him right, then he will be a champion very, very soon you know. But one thing that I did see was an extra gear. I want to see an extra gear with more killer instinct, and that's something that they gotta definitely work on. Have that killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? Dog, this dude he's done. You know what I'm saying? We gotta try to push the envelope, and we gotta try to get this guy up out of here. We gotta find ways to try to get these guys out of here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. And we out, man. Peace.